I am beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Game number 164, Virtual Chess 64. Released in 1998, this game was developed and published by Thabeast. Yep, that Thabeast. The same ones who brought us Superman 64. I mean, but it's a chess game, right? How could they possibly mess it up? I played some chess as a kid, like most people probably did, but I never got really into it. Just kind of understood the rules and some very rudimentary strategies. There was a period of a few months, like 3 years ago or so, where chess got really popular on Twitch, so I tried seriously getting into it. But yeah, I'm still not great. It isn't something you can just pick up quickly, you know? It takes some serious time investment to get really skilled. So this might be kind of a train wreck. Let's get into it. When turning on the game after the initial title screen, it just took me straight to the chessboard. There were options to swap between a 2D and 3D view, and one to change the orientation of the board. I don't understand why it does this over-the-top rotation animation just to get the other side in front. There are some other options like beginner mode, which just shows the valid places for a piece to move when it's selected. Meditation isn't as interesting as you might think. It just toggles whether or not the AI is allowed to compute its next move during your turn. Well, after fiddling around with the menus, it was time to play. Pay no mind that I have the board flipped, I'm white in this match. I hit them with the king's pawn opening, but to my surprise, they hit me right back with the French defense. Yeah, I used to try to learn these openings, but really I have no idea what I'm talking about. Alright, after a few more turns, I took their knight with my bishop. When a piece is taken, it plays a cutscene showing the battle. Oh shoot! It's like a Microsoft PowerPoint JPEG. You know that thing where you draw an animation for it? Yeah, the magic they sent out is so janky looking. Oh, whoops. I didn't notice my bishop was going to get taken by their pawn. That's a bad trade. My goodness, the pawn just sliced him in half. Oh my god! Oh man, they brought their queen in too close, so I killed her with my king. I imagine there are animations for every combination of pieces. It's kind of neat as a gimmick, but if you wanted to play this for any extended length of time, it gets old quick. Now look at this, a grandmaster level move from me. I moved my knight to fork the king and rook. Since the king had to move out of check, I was able to take the rook for free. The bar on the left shows the player's current advantage. I was in good shape. Later, I was in check, so I moved my king. Big mistake. My advantage dropped instantly. I made an even bigger mistake moving my queen out. I was making blunders left and right. With that, my king was trapped and it was checkmate. What the heck, man? I thought I was dominating at first. Well, I was already losing it by my next match. Why in the world are you able to flip the board upside down? What is the point of this? At this point, you might be wondering, how do you beat this game? Well, there's no tournament, no story, no league, no championship, nothing like that. So really, the only thing to do is just win a match. I mean, there's not much else here, you know? Well, in this next match, as the rook was moving slower than a glacier, I lost my queen. Oh my god, why am I so bad? Then I had my rook in their back lines. This plan was flawless. If I moved the rook behind the king, it could only move to one place to get out of check. Oh god, shoot. That's right, I didn't notice they could take my bishop for free. Dude, there's so much to keep track of. How does anyone get good at chess? Well, after losing literally all of my good pieces, I decided to resign. After just 2 games of 3D chess, I had already gotten annoyed and switched to the more traditional 2D view. It's just so hard to tell the state of the board when it's in 3D like that. Hey, this was kind of interesting. So you can do this thing in chess called castling, where you move the king to the right of the rook if the bishop and knight are not in the way and neither piece have moved yet. Since I had to move my king to get out of check, I still wanted to castle, so I just did it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, here I am blaming the 3D view, but I got checkmated again within like 10 turns. Oh my god, this is impossible. Dude, I'm just the champion of going from an even advantage to instant checkmate. You know what really grinds my gears when I was trying to learn chess? Every tutorial would talk about, oh, it's so important to develop your pieces. What the heck does that even mean? Those teachers love to say that. Oh, you're not developing your pieces enough. Be specific. What about it am I not developing? I hate buzzwords. You might notice people in the chat giving me tips on which move to go for and such. I made it a point to not read their messages because I wanted this win to be organic. I had to win based off my own skill. Probably obvious I'm not taking their advice anyway with moves like this. Okay, ignore my awful blunder here, but notice the way I got hit with Checkmate. This is a technique known as the back rank mate, and it's one of the only things I actually remembered from doing those chess puzzles a few years ago. So in this match here, I had my chat walk me through to get me in a good position. Of course, this wouldn't count for the clear condition, but I was just trying to understand some concepts. However, after we got in a pretty good state, I went rogue and I quit listening to them. Although I did manage to promote my pawn to a queen. Mating with a queen and rook is such a beginner idea, and I still managed to screw it up. But you know what? I would persevere. Surely I can beat this AI. Speaking of the AI, the way it works in this game is the higher you tune the difficulty, the longer it has to calculate its next move. So no matter what you play on, you're against the same AI. Just sometimes it'll run out of time and make a worse move than it could have. Later, I checked out how the AI would behave on max difficulty. Well, after waiting well over 5 minutes for it to make a move, I got bored and quit out. I'm sure it plays better though. Now it was day 2 on this game and I was ready to take it seriously. We had a pretty standard match going, with the center of the board being contested when the AI made quite the blunder. Their queen was just able to be taken for free, something I always welcome. We both lost a knight and bishop, but they also lost the queen. A huge trade for me. I decided to develop my queen a bit and maintain control of the center of the board. They then threatened my knight with the h-pawn. I had my knight retreat and they contested my queen with their bishop. Now, there are several places I could take my queen here. Obviously don't want to lose it, and I opted for queen b5 to contest their pawns. The AI went rook b8 to prevent me from attacking with the queen as expected, so I decided to develop my bishop to get it in the middle. The AI went pawn a6 to contest my queen again. They really wanted to take it. I went queen b3, which turned out to be a bad play. The AI went knight a5, and now my queen and bishop were forked. This means no matter what move I make, I'm going to lose either the queen or bishop next turn. I had to give up the bishop, there was no other play here really. I went knight d2 next, and the AI opted to trade our knights. That's fine because I'm up a piece still. I wanted to develop my rook a bit, so I went rook b2. Apparently a bad move according to the advantage tracker. They took my pawn, putting me in check via the rook. I went king e1 and lost another pawn, so I took theirs back. Oh god, this is intense! They went bishop f5, presumably to take my pawn, then rook if I didn't move it. Rook d2 was my next move to threaten their back line, and they went rook a8. An interesting choice. I opted to go pawn f4 to provide pressure on the right side, and they took my rook with theirs. Okay, I'll trade pieces, sure. They went rook d8 to put me back in check. I could really feel the pressure now. One mistake, and I could throw it all away. My next move was king e1 and they took my f-pawn. Still up a major piece, but I was losing quite a few pawns, not great. I went rook f1 to threaten the pawn and bishop, and they moved pawn g5 to defend. Aw, come on, every time, man. Always a counterplay. I decided on queen a5 because I saw a free attack on the bishop, and they moved the rook to put me back in check. King f2 was my escape, but I lost yet another pawn from that bishop. Now I went rook e1 to attack, and they retreated with rook c8. I attacked the bishop with rook c1, causing them to retreat immediately. A respectable play. I then advanced my c-pawn and they went king h7. Strange play there from black. And then it happened. The great blunder. Rook b2 was a horrible move. The bishop just had a free take here. What on earth was I thinking? I'm an idiot. I felt hopeless, so I started rapidly making moves, advancing my c-pawn to get taken so I could take some pawns in return with my queen. It wasn't impossible to win, but it was unlikely, especially considering the guy that was in control of the board. Yeah, obviously I didn't make the comeback and win. Who do you think I am? An above average chess player? I'm trash. Well, that was unfortunate. I knew if I wanted to win, I had to bring out the big guns. This move is called the Botez Gambit. Popularized by one of the bigger chess streamers, it's where you just sacrifice your queen. Hey, trust the process. I sacrificed my bishop, then I had it all set up. I stacked my rooks, and there was simply nothing the AI could do. It's the thing! It's the thing! Yes! I had done it. I'd finally won against this ancient chess AI. Well, that's basically what you have if you want to say you beat this game. I mean, you can play as many matches as you want, but yeah. There is one other thing to investigate with this game though, and that's the tutorial. I mean, imagine you bought this and had no idea how to play chess. Honestly, I'm quite impressed with the level of depth this has for teaching. It's not like the chess meta is new or anything, so it makes sense all the strategies I learned are here too. It teaches you how to do things like getting checkmate with 2 rooks, and it leads into more advanced strategies. Oh, I guess I should talk about the graphics and audio, huh? The animations during the 3D chess are cool, but I feel like most people are just going to play in the 2D view. It looks decent enough, I mean it's chess. During a game, there's some meditation sounding music playing. It's barely noticeable, but I think you don't want intense music during chess. Imagine they just had Slayer playing in the background or something like that. But yeah, there's quite a few chess puzzles to do here. It's honestly pretty good. One interesting thing was there were some famous matches to analyze, and one of them was from 1625. The Titus mascot just analyzes it and provides some notes on what happened. It's pretty interesting to imagine people playing this game all the way back then, you know? Every now and then it asks you what the best move would be so it can help you learn. For the time period, this would have been a great way to learn how the game works. But yeah, that's about all there is for this one. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Virtual Chess 64. This is kind of a weird one. I mean, there's not too much to do in the game, you know? I'm quite impressed with how smart the AI is for how old the game is though. I'm sure there were some pretty good ones that long ago, but to pack it into an N64 cart? That's impressive. The game's decent enough, and I think it would have been nice to have in the 90s, especially if you didn't have a computer. Nowadays, it's pretty pointless. There are so many ways to play chess online that I don't really see a reason to play this game. Maybe if you wanted to see the animations, that's really about it. If you like chess, you could get some replayability out of this, but not too much of a reason to revisit it for me. I gave it a 3 out of 10 for enjoyability and a 5 out of 10 for difficulty. Alright, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. We had a randomized marble race to determine which game was next, so here's how that played out. Or skip to the timestamp on screen to skip straight to the game selection. We got 227 games on the list. Let's see what we get. Let's do this. Alright, the marbles are off. Coming down the poker looking table, what will be the first? The final Star Wars game, Star Wars Battle for Naboo. We got 3 Star Wars games essentially back to back to back, and we've not gotten that one for so long. Coming down now, Ready to Rumble Boxing on the right. Ocarina of Time I see on the left. Cruisin' USA falls off the cliff, as does Dual Heroes and WWF. What is it? The really good WWF game everybody talks about. That would be the next one. Ready to Rumble Boxing in the lead, coming through Deadly Arts, GKO World Soccer as well. Conker's Bad Fur Day out in front. Dobutsu no Mori, that's Animal Crossing as well. We got some crazy games. Conker's Bad Fur Day in the lead currently. Dobutsu no Mori just behind, coming through this tube now. And what will come up first? It is... I don't know what's happening. Oh, here it is. Conker's Bad Fur Day, Dobutsu no Mori. Hey You Pikachu on the right. Conker's Bad Fur Day, Dobutsu no Mori on the left. And Conker's Bad Fur Day in pretty good position here with the lead. And Dobutsu no Mori passes. Conker getting held up by one of the pegs. Dobutsu no Mori, the Japanese Animal Crossing, coming through. Gets by the cone brilliantly. Dobutsu no Mori, not much left. Coming through the Cracker Barrel pegs here. Can Dobutsu no Mori be stopped? Hey You Pikachu, Ocarina of Time, trying to make a play. Ready to Rumble Boxing comes through. It's Hey You Pikachu and Dobutsu no Mori. Dobutsu no Mori gets held up by a peg. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Hey You Pikachu, what's it going to be? Oh, and it's Hey You Pikachu at the last second. Oh my god, Ocarina of Time. Just behind in second. Unbelievable. What a finish. What a finish. Animal Crossing in third. That was crazy. Pachinko and Mahjong in 9th and 10th as well. Wow, that was crazy. What a finish. And there it is. Hey you, Pikachu. It has been decided. But yeah, if you're still here watching, you're awesome. Thank you so much. If you had a good time, consider hitting that like button, or maybe even dropping a subscription. Or hey, maybe even watch another one of these videos that's on screen now. And yeah, see you next time.